That's number one. I haven't worn it since his wedding, because if you wear it on TV, it pops, and the director says, take that crap off. And I said, wait, it's $2,000, it's crap, get it off TV. Now, I don't know who's here. I saw David, which means Jeannie is here. Where's Jeannie? Jeannie McManus, come up here. Michael Kornheiser, Liz Kornheiser, come up here. The great Jack Vardaman is here. And that means Liz Clark is here. Michael, Liz, Howard Feynman, come up here. Is Sarah here? Leon Harris. Leon Harris. Gary Braun. Is there anybody else? Abby Lowell. Where's Abby? Smartest man in Washington. Howard's gonna play later. Most of the people in the classics are either dead or in jail at the moment. Here's the smartest man in Washington, Abby Lowell. It's Michael Kornheiser. Where's Liz Kornheiser? That's it, she doesn't want to be in this thing? Get up here. Oh, it's Sarah. Sarah is here. Liz Kornheiser. Sarah, where's Carol? Carol, come on up here. Yeah, are you the one named Carol? Are you going to die coming up here? Carol's up here. Is there anybody else I'm leaving out? Anybody else is here? Tori is here. Where's Tori? Tori Clark. Is Tori here? Here's Tori Clark. Scott Lynn is here. No Kip Sheeman. I don't know where David is. Andy Poley, come up here. Here's Scotty. Here's Andy. Leon feels he's a token. So, like, the best thing that could happen is we crash through the stage and we're on TV as a result. So I don't know how many of you heard the Carville thing. Did anybody go to the Carville thing? Good, then I'm going to tell you what I said. Yeah! No, I did it. I did it. I was not very good.
That's not what we heard.
Here we go. Now, I have to tell you that I followed Jeff Ross, who is the funniest roast guy in the world, but we're just going to pretend that it was Nigel that I followed. And I got up and I followed Jeff Ross and I said, look, I'm not a comedian. You all know that I'm not a comedian. So what I just want to do, I want to get a few laughs. I want to get in and out quickly, and I don't want to embarrass myself like James Carville having sex. I felt that was a good line. And then I said, honestly, I'm not even going to try to be funny, sort of what Nigel just did. You just pretend he's Jeff Ross. And I would never try to call attention to myself following somebody as good as Nigel. I wouldn't do anything like wave a glazed ham in front of him. Now, that doesn't work for Nigel because he's thin. But this will work because I learned long ago you're in tremendous trouble if you follow Nigel on stage or into the men's room. I knew that would work. And I said the best advice I got, because I was very nervous about doing this, the best advice I got was to pick on people who were also roasters who I knew I was funnier than, like Andy Pollin. So you have to pretend that Andy Pollin is Tucker Carlson, and I would say Tucker Carlson or Andy Pollin got very famous for, in Andy's case, spending only $200 a year on clothing. And then I said, did I say very famous? I meant universally despised. So that got a laugh with Tucker. And then I said, I don't even know why Andy is here. He must have a picture of Carville and Clinton with a sheep. Or as they called it where they grew up, Saturday night. And I knew that would work too. And then the Reverend Al Sharpton was there. And I just said, I know I'm funnier than Al Sharpton. I mean, come on, it's Al Sharpton. I said, Al Sharpton occasionally says very funny things, but certainly not intentionally. Then I got to James, and I said, I don't really want to roast James, because James is my dear friend. I feel terrible roasting. What would I say about James? That the people in his Louisiana high school class voted him most likely not to marry in his immediate family? So I got that. And then I said, and this was the best line of all, I thought, and Greg Garcia gave it to me. I said, James lost his hair when he was 20. He lost his tail when he was 30. And Mary, his wife, Mary Madeline, keeps the tail in a box by the bed. And she uses it as a blindfold when they have sex. She puts it over her own eyes. That's Garcia. I knew that would work. That's a good one. That's Garcia's line. And then what else I don't even remember what else I said about James, but I got out. Oh yeah, I said, does anybody think it's strange that you can see James on TV but not in a mirror? Because everybody that night was making fun of what James looked like. I said, look, I met James in the mid-90s, and at that time he was about 680 years old. So now we start on James, and I tell this story about how we got to be friends, and he invited me and my kids and my wife out to his farm in Virginia, and I said the same farm where he and Mary did those ritualistic bestiality orgies. And I said, and this is true, I said, if you don't know this about James, James has a lot of guns, and James was in the Marines. James is a really good shot. In case he's not on every watch list, people ought to know that. And I said that he told my kids, he gave my kids guns. Guns. My daughter was 11. My son was 8. And my daughter looked at me and said, give me the keys to the car, old man. Because they grow up so fast, don't they? I said that James wanted them to shoot at wine bottles, and by wine bottles I mean Jews. Well, that was good. And he even gave Michael the chance. He gave Michael the chance to shoot at a full wine bottle. A full wine bottle. And there's nothing like Cabernet Sauvignon all over a wraparound porch. But in James's case, he's a patriot because he only had him shoot at American wines. Then I got into the fact that, that James comes on the show and he picks games against the spread. And he does this because he's a degenerate gambler, as everybody here knows. And you'll all know that he does this. He picks obscure schools in Louisiana. Like he says, I'm going to take 8 points with Louisiana Lafayette over Louisiana Monroe. And Gary will say, where did you get that line? There's no line to this. And James will beg for it all the time. And then you realize that in Louisiana, the only way to get these hicks to school is to have a football team. And I would say there are some times with James where you'll ask him a question and he will say nothing. 10, 20, 30 seconds, nothing. And you think, my God, he died. I say, James, you gotta talk, it's radio. And when he begins to talk, this is what he talks like, and this is courtesy of Robert Berg, the whole concept for this. Is Robert Berg here? The incomparable Robert Berg? This is, no, he's not at work, Gary, he has no work. Okay. So this is, in my like a livestock engineer. What do you got on your line? I got 10 plus 10, I can get 10. Okay, 4, how many 6? Only 6, I slept with my sister, 6 points. Afternoon game, probably plus 4, and sold it at plus 7.5. And I said, that's James. Nobody knows what the hell he's talking about, but everybody likes to hear him. And then I talked about the fact that he had trouble with the TSA. As you all know. I said he makes a living now by going around making speeches, so he's in airplanes all the time, and he really didn't like the security lines that he had to go through, though admittedly, he liked the pat down. And I said, so James came up with this particular solution, and at that point, over my head, they showed a clip of James saying, as we all know, just measure my penis and get me on the airplane. At the end of which I said, we're not going to embarrass him by measuring it here, but that's why he's on the no-fly list. So that was my act. I hope you like it. Thank you for coming. You know how I feel about you. I love it.
I can't follow that. I'm going to bring Jerry back out here. We got a great show for you guys. Thank you, Tony.